My name is James and I serve with Power to Change in Brisbane, QT campus, and I have come up to Townsville to be part of the Summer Salt Tropics team on a summer project. We were in the city centre and I was partnered with another colleague, Jess, and we were walking along the street, and I'm really scared to actually approach people. I find that really hard. Conversation's great, but very difficult to actually approach. Jess, on the other hand, is a ball of energy and just is so friendly. And so we were literally standing at a traffic light waiting to cross when she heard a comment from behind us from a young lady. And so Jess immediately turns around and starts talking to them. And we talk and walk. From there, we end up chatting. Jess immediately launched into spiritual topics after they asked what we were doing up here, and got to really connect. I'd already, on the way up, I'd actually shared with them how one of the things I love to do is to explore why people see the world the way they do and how they came to see it that way. And that I had a bit of a tool that I used to help people do that. And they were very interested in this, and so I took this opportunity to show them my tool, and it's a tool called perspective cards. And so I got to sit down with both of them. So it was a young lady and a young guy. And so we sat down, we worked through the categories of the topic of God, the meaning of life, human nature, and truth, and where we find truth. And their answers were similar in some areas, but very different in others. And we had multiple opportunities for Jess and I to share our perspective on why we thought the way the world was and why that was, and had multiple chances to share about God and what he meant in our lives. This conversation was going on for about 2 hours, really encouraging, asking lots of questions backwards and forwards. At one point, the young girl actually saw my shirt, and on my shirt I had 4 symbols. I had a love heart, a divide symbol, a cross, and a question mark. And she asked me, what did your shirt mean? I was like, oh, that's a great question. Actually, that is what I believe. And I got to explain it to her really clearly and got to talk about a relationship with God and just what it meant. And she hadn't heard it like that before. Something that really kind of struck me is for both of the young lady and the young guy, just the influence of a world and seeing a world in which there is no God and no possibility of God and knowing God. It really kind of hit me of, wow, by taking him out of the picture, it really changes the whole picture. What relationship is, what matters, what's valuable, what's worth something. Even the question of like having children or not, it just changed everything for her by not having God in the picture. And so when I was confronted just with her questions and the way that she saw it, really struck me that when you introduce God to the picture, it changes everything. It changes what matters. It redefines things like love. He just makes the picture all the more bright and all the more different by having him in it. And what really also hit me was people were fascinated by that. I've had multiple conversations while I've been here in Townsville, and this is just one of them that I've shared. But regularly, what I have found with all of them is people are genuinely interested in a life where you know God and live in relationship with him and how that impacts how you live. They find it fascinating and attractive, and it's exciting. And it reinvigorates to me that, man, the message that I have as a Christian is so important and so valuable and needs to be told to people and shared with people, because not everyone has had an experience like I have. Actually, very few people have. And people do want to know God and are asking these questions and want answers. And so, yeah, it really has just, what I've learned from all of this is God does change the picture, and I can help somebody see how that picture might be changed by actually introducing them to him.